Hello, Arts. I'm XingKazma, and this is Anamana, and you are listening to the Oracle Fleet Podcast, episode 15, your weekly podcast for PSO2 news and information, especially for that of the global servers. Today, we are joined by Lavren, who is a variety caster on Twitch who specializes in RPGs such as Monster Hunter and PSO2. And we also have another PSO2 veteran known as Cor Vous, who is a VTuber and also streams on Twitch as well with a variety of games. We appreciate both of you guys for joining us, but how are all three of you doing today?
Hey, hey.
Pretty good.
Doing good too.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, so before we get started today, we got a couple questions to ask you all just to get to know a little bit of your history through PSO2 and whatnot. So first question of the day is, when did you start your Phantasy Star series experience? Cor, we start with you.
So I actually haven't played any Phantasy Star games before. I started with the PC launch of PSO2 for global.
It's pretty cool.
And so you started with global. Did you start with the beta on Xbox or did you wait for PC?
The PC release.
I'm so sorry. Microsoft Store was such a chore.
Did you have any
Oh
trouble
my
with
god. I probably reinstalled the game like dozens of times.
it? Wasn't
That is
fun.
a oof. And Lavrio, how about you, buddy?
I actually started with the first portable game. That was my intro to the series. Played Final Fantasy Star Portable when I was in high school. I got a buddy into it, and I was like, "Hey, man, this is pretty fun. It's another game. I can play this. I can play Monster Hunter." And he's like, "Sure, let's play both of them." And then we just kept playing.
That's cool.
And then I went from Fantasy Star Portable 1 straight to JPPSO2. So I didn't really play much after that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
totally fair.
it was great.
So your Fantasy Star has a long history. Oh my god, I thought Final Fantasy was long.
Oh,
I mean,
Look at this one here.
they're technically the same. Like, Fantasy Star and Final Fantasy came out within the same year of each other. So back on the
Yeah.
NES Master System. So
Oh really?
yeah, they're equal history. It's just
It's
they
mu-
forked.
Hmm?
Just they forked differently. Like one went more online and the other one went more, I guess, solo RPG.
I think that kind of shows, like how I want to say marketing has grown over the years, especially for gaming these days. We use creators and influencers for a lot of things, and everything's more like an online presence than it is, like a word of mouth presence.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, we used to just be able to, we'll hear about a game or we'll see a commercial, we'll go to the store, pick up this case, and we'll look back and forth for like hours and say, oh man, this looks really interesting. And it's really a 50-50. Like you're going to buy the game, you may like it, you may not. And then now we have so much information before we even get the game months ahead. It's insane.
I have a bad story about that, actually. If you remember back on the Nintendo 64, I wasn't a 64 player back in the day. I was a PlayStation kid. But there was a game called like Quest 64 or
Oh man.
Mystic Quest or something like that. So the problem I had was I bought a Game Boy Color game called it was like Mystic Quest or Quest Fantasy Adventure or something. Didn't have any pictures on the back. Turns out it was like a clone of Mr. Do, which was like an old Dig Dug kind of game, which was like instant return. Yeah.
And what were the prices of games back then? Kind of similar to what they are now, right?
For me on
26 bucks?
in Europe or Australia, so Earthworm Jim on Super Nintendo was $150 Australian, and now games go for about between $70 to $90.
Okay, that's about the same here, yeah. But even back then, they used to be about 70 to 80 bucks, and then they kind of went down from there. I think the cartridges were a big deal back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the big cost.
Oh, glad we moved the disc.
Hey, Lavren, actually, do you miss the UMDs for PSP?
Ah, man, that I actually almost broke one of those on accident.
Really?
Well,
It was actually because I had this was my first time actually buying a PSP game. So I was like, am I supposed to just put this whole thing into the PSP? Am I supposed to like pop it open from the side? And I was like, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna mess with that. And then I just put it in and I was like, oh, okay, that is how you do it.
It was very unnatural.
Yeah. don't miss
That's
them.
so
I don't.
weird.
I did not miss
Portable.
them. I think I like the little chips instead.
Yep.
Cartridges, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel the way that PS Vita did it. PS Vita did it kind of weird, and the chips were so thin. You know,
Yeah.
I almost broke them on multiple occasions just by being in my pocket with like a cell phone or something. And then if I bend my knees the wrong way, it just snaps. You know.
Yep.
So I like the way that like Nintendo Switch has made it. They're a little bit thicker. You know, they use that glue so you can't eat them. Someone
Yeah.
else can eat them.
I mean,
You
you
just don't.
can.
It is an acquired taste.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah.
So
I hate bitter things.
well, see, some things that are bitter are really good when they're complemented by like dark chocolates, complemented by like a certain kind of wine, dark wine, like red wine and dark chocolates.
It's
Well,
going to
can
be
you
a
Bitter
just
things
agree?
are so good.
very expensive platter. Is going to have Switch cartridges on it.
What are we using? Hold up, what game?
I
What are we
I would
eating?
probably like
What,
say
do each of
sorry
them
I'm
have
busy.
different flavors?
Depending on the genre.
Hmm.
So RPGs are sweet,
Monster
shooters
Hunter,
are bitter.
sweet. Monster Hunter goes with I guess like emu meatballs.
There we go. So like shooters are sweet, and then like the games like Animal Crossing, those are tart.
Okay.
Stuff like that. And then I don't really know any other tastes. I mean, I guess we can say all indie games are savory. Yes.
Yeah. Do you know that flavor is actually like what they use for nail stuff? You put on your nails so that kids don't bite their fingers. Same
But you
stuff.
can do that?
Yeah, it's like the same stuff. It has the same flavor. It's meant to leave a bad taste in their mouth, so they stop biting their nails.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy because I would still bite my nails. Totally worth it. I hate it because I had this whole thing where like my nails got too long when I slept. So when I wake up the next morning, I have these scratches all over me because somehow I'm scratching myself while I'm asleep. Like my legs are scratching, my arms are scratching.
no.
I hated it. I just started biting my nails and clipping my nails, and no more scratches.
Yeah.
It's great. So, question: what classes do you guys play? And I'm actually very confused on this one because I can never tell for the life of me what the heck Lavren plays.
What
Every
does
time
that
I'm in the stream,
mean?
he's playing something different every time I pop in his stream, so I can never tell exactly what he made.
Well, for the longest time, if we go in order of class releases, what we had available to us, focused on Hunter because I mean it was just the first thing I've ever played in general. So I said I'm gonna stick with a classic and what I remember. Stuck with Hunter, and then someone told me about how much fun Fighter was, and I was like, okay, I'll mess with Fighter, and then just kind of spammed weave punches all the time because it was just fun to do.
Yes.
Hero came out, only played Hero, sometimes Fighter. Hunter was on the bench. Phantom Etoile, I wanted to learn. So if anybody's ever seen me play those classes, it was because I had no idea like the in-depth techniques about those classes. So I said I want to learn it. Phantom was a lot more fun than I thought it was. Etoile was as fun as I remembered playing it when I first tried it, like on JP. And then with Luster, nothing else exists when I started playing Luster. That's it. I just loved Luster a little too much. So if I had to pick, I'd say I'd main Luster more than anything else.
That's fair.
Luster is like one of those classes where once you opted in, all you know is violence. Every time you fight, there's that one anime song that just roars in the back of your head, and it just never goes away. It's just on repeat.
Which one is it for you?
Fighting Dreamers, Go by Flo.
Oh.
It's a good one. It's a classic.
In the zone. Y'all have a song that you sing in your head, like subconsciously.
I was doing yesterday we were doing runs of Sodam. No, was it Sodam? No, Cradle. And I had the Daytona music playing.
Did you also mute PSO while you did it?
I always mute PSO music, so
Well,
Yeah, you gotta
like
be
overall, because like when I was doing it, people
yeah.
were just activating their mags and
Yeah, no, that was
my
fine for me.
ears.
I had it like at 50%.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just thinking about Sama de Amigo now. I didn't even give it a chance. I muted the volume before I even loaded up the game because after dealing with that song for like 3 months straight on JP, and now it's back. No, I didn't even give it a chance. Not even a second. But what about you, Cor? What class do you play on PSO2?
So when I started, the first thing I tried was Braver. Um, but when I tried more classes out, I tried Bouncer next, and I fell in love with the Bouncer class, mainly like the jet boots.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, that was the jet boots like in any other compared to any other like game is like really really unique. The jet boot style of fighting, I think.
Especially the follow-on, like the weapon action.
Mm-hmm. Just like it feels like very like fun to flip around and kick and fly around. And then I also do a lot of Tekker.
We need more of those.
We need more. We definitely need more techers. That's what I was about to say.
I'll probably be maining Tekker in NGS.
Same.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you both.
I
Yeah.
really want to play Tekker and NGS. It looks great.
Yep.
I tried out Tekker. Then I realized it wasn't fighter. It just wasn't fighter.
You could do Telu.
I very much could. But then I lose my Unga Bunga sword for air combo. The one thing I learned about fighter in New Genesis is that it's really good on the ground, but it's not that great in the air. So sword or gunner really makes up for, aerial enemies, so I can really get up there and just focus fire. Tekker was fun. I just didn't get on there long because yeah.
It's fair.
Why I miss New Genesis? Bring it back. Sorry. Moving on to the next question. So what content do you two play that keeps you, on PSO2? Like, what do you find the most enjoying out of like everything that's out right now? Cor, we'll start with you on this one.
So when I started playing PSO, I play Destiny 2 a lot as well. And something I like in that game is having something to grind. And when I started PSO2, Destiny didn't have a ton of things for me to grind in particular. So I really enjoyed sitting in ultimate like Nefarious, just killing the abomination over and over again. And right now, what's it called again?
Anja?
It's Anja.
Oh, okay. That was
right
really
now,
fun
I really liked just finding something to like grind for. Right now, they're the Crag units, the God units.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's everyone's grind right now. It's either that or it's trying to get claws drops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's kind of weird because they do go hand in hand because you still need Origin Glare, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, they kind of go hand in hand. I just wish we had more people in here running, because even if you already got it, like honestly, I wish they just had more triggers as well because we don't really have as many triggers on sale in the fresh finds as we used to with other things. Mainly because we only got this quest for like 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden we got like 3 more ultra hearts, so it's really hard to find Face of the Abyss quests these days.
Yeah,
unless they are spawning.
I kind of wish that they would change the fresh find so that it'd have different tabs, like one for triggers, and maybe like 5 triggers if they want to keep it light, but have some roaming ones, have some boss ones, and then have some relevant ones, and then like have one for cosmetics, have the rotation cosmetics, and then have ones that are the current hotness kind of thing. I think it'd be good. Just more variety, and then maybe like the boosts as well, because they used to have those, but they took them down.
Oh, what the EX
I
boosters?
think the fresh vines just doesn't feel like it has enough things in it.
Yeah, sure.
We're getting to the end game, so hopefully they will develop a little bit more leeway when it comes to giving things out now, especially things like the EX boosters, because there's really not much else there. Like, there's no more UQs coming, really. I was like, one more. So Burning Rangers UQ.
That's pretty much it, unless they decide to rotate in some old ones, but I don't know. That'll be a thing.
Bring back Magetsu. I'm trying to be a bully.
I mean, technically as well, like PC didn't get a few of them because they started at the end of episode 3. They may not have had the coast run, urgent quest we had, and the city one maybe. But what's going to be good that's going to drop from those, right? I mean, and technically the Burning Rangers one is city, so.
I mean, the city. Okay, so the city one actually got turned into a recommended quest.
True, that as well. Yep.
But I am hoping that PSO2. I am hoping that New Genesis comes after summer now, because then we'll get Beach Wars, which is a really good grind for like good mats and good weapons and just easy stuff, units and everything included. So I'm really hoping for Beach Wars to come through. Is that what it's called? Yes, that's what it's called.
And for everyone to be using their swimsuits.
Yeah, I've actually started using my Hawaiian outfit again because it just looks good.
I need a swimsuit outfit. I don't have any. Do you guys have swimsuit outfits?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of self-respecting member of ARCS doesn't have a swimsuit for battle?
Apparently me.
I think I've got like.
I don't.
You go.
I don't even remember if I ever picked up a swimsuit. I don't remember. I know I have a Santa outfit.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
I had a swimsuit one for Beach Wars, and I had a Santa one for Christmas.
Does the sexy Santa outfit count?
You'd have to look it up. You can go to pso2.com/news and dig up the article.
No, I'm just saying, like in general, like does it count as a does it count as a swimsuit? Because it's like a 2-piece kind of sorta.
Some do.
Like a little miniskirt.
There's some stuff that would surprise you that counts.
Yes. I'm gonna wear that then. I'm gonna be sexy Santa Claus in the summer. Yeah. So, question for you guys: do you all have a favorite moment from PSO2 since your time streaming? Lavren, we'll start with you on this one.
Oh man, favorite moment in PSO, huh? I really, it's kind of like a bit of a tie for me. Like I have a very, very fond memory of practicing just a little bit in ship infiltration, just soloing it for the first time, and
Really?
like the thrill of trying to solo it on Hero was really, really cool. That was back when I played in JP for the longest time. I was like, what is ship infiltration? Everyone was just like, you should try this out. It's really cool. At the time, it was like it was up there for content that everybody would want to grind, and I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I was like, okay, this is actually fun and challenging, and I really like infiltrating a ship. The feeling of it was cool. And what ties that is unlocking expert difficulty or expert matching in GP.
Yep.
Fighting mom and dad and then the was it Fanatical, I think it was, or something like that. The extreme quest or whatever.
Fantastical Phantoms or Madness.
Yeah. The extreme quest. Doing that stuff was, oh man, fighting things solo is really, really, really fun in PSO.
Yes.
Especially if it's like humanoid looking enemies or just humanoid looking enemies.
Phallic?
Enemies like Phallic. Phallic is great. I love fighting Phallic. I love fighting I don't know how to pronounce his name. Hyunal, something like that.
Oh yeah, Dio Hyunal.
When he has like the sword in his back and he just likes to punch and kick you and all that kind of stuff. Like I love fighting him. He's
Elder.
when you get him down to a science, it's just
Yeah.
You can just do it with your eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I think that's probably like my favorite thing about PSO.
Yep. That's fair.
That's actually like the one thing I really hope for them to do, right? Because I hear exactly what you're saying, and that's what I love the most, is like a solo boss rush quest where it's just nothing but boss after boss after boss, but it's not like these phase bosses that they normally throw us on, like Elder or what's the other one? Gemini PD, the first PD. It's more, I mean, even if you do PD, make it like the second phase, right? But then what I'm hoping that they do is stuff like the Huno, stuff like Dio, and like kind of pretty much what they have in the quest right now, the limited quest. But just make it more. Like give us more. Give us Shiva, give us Varuna, give us Mitra. Just keep going that boss rush over and over and over. Mainly because the boss rushes are so fun. Especially when you're trying to go for like that solo run for the first time, and it's so rewarding and it feels great. And I think they should personally, I would love for them to push on that a little bit more. But it's so good. I feel you 100%. Anamana, what about well actually yeah, Anamana, what about you? Any new favorite moments so far?
No, but just bouncing off of what you're saying. I mean, I do, but bouncing off what you're saying, I think it'd be really cool if they did it where it had like stuff like Orgbran and all those, you know, Vada Soma, like all the basic bosses, and then at the end of that lap, you'd have a big boss like Elder. You go the next one, it'd be Luther. I think that'd be really cool. But just bouncing off of that idea. As for favorite moments, recently, like farming stuff for crag units has been really good. I've actually been working on the 8 slots. I've got 2 so far. That's like, what is it? Guardian Soul. I can't remember off the top of my head. All I know that I've got them on 8 slot. Returner, Veterans Resolve, Crack. What was the other one? Guardian Soul, Absolute Glare, and then I've got like Mana Reverie, Grand Capsule, and what was the other one? Aether Factor. That's what I've got on 2 units so far, and I'm working on my 3rd at the moment. And then I got to consider if I'm going to do it for sword as well, or my weapon as well. But that's been really fun because I've been vibing a lot of my guild or my alliance, and they're a good group, is what I'll say.
All right. What about you, Cor? Any favorite moments so far?
So this one you might not expect. I liked I streamed the story content whenever it came out.
Yep.
And I really like the end of episode 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really love the like epic kind of corny ending of that episode.
That's with Persona and Profound Darkness, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. With like finding out who like Persona was, and like the weird time fuckery. It's really fun.
Definitely.
All right. So, as we all know, in-game is upon us, and the gods are not shining down on us with any new content anytime soon, which is so sad. But we are on the way to New Genesis, and there's a lot going on to get prepared. So, as far as in-game goes, do you guys have any fashion goals that you're working on? Anamana, we'll start with you.
Not really. I'm actually like, I think I was saying this last episode, but basically I'm thinking of like selling off a lot of my old stuff. It's just it's daunting how many cosmetics I've got, and I got to go through each one and seeing what's worth selling and what I should probably just convert into a recycle badge. But I've just changed my fashion to Hawaiian style, so that's a thing. But I'm really looking forward to the new scratches coming with New Genesis, is what I'd say.
Anamana is actually dad with Hawaiian shirt in every movie.
About to take mum to Chili's.
What about you, Lavren? Any fashion that you're working on for in-game so you can get ready for New Genesis?
I think any sort of fashion that I was working toward, I believe I have it all set up. I have to double check, of course. You always got to double and triple check every single scratch that's available.
Of course.
But for what I had like in a checklist, like that sort of thing, I was like, yeah, I did it. I can't believe it. I actually did it. But Yeah, I'm set aside from just making sure I check one more time and making sure that I have everything I want to get. But I do like what I have on all of my characters, and I I play I play 4 characters, and you have to buy it. You have to buy everything twice. You
Yep.
have to.
Hmm.
I have no money. I have no money ever.
And you know
But it's
what?
worth it.
It's going to become all tickets with New Genesis as well.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Clean my
Well,
inventory.
I like that they're not gonna take up inventory slots anymore.
Yeah, it's a trade-off.
Yeah,
For sure.
I'm excited for
Wait,
that.
they go into their own thing, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, thank God. I honestly do not remember our New Genesis experience that much, which is crazy because like I know we just did it and everything, but if I
It's
go
all
back and try
blur,
to think
man.
about everything, yeah, like it never happened. It was a dream,
Hmm.
literally a dream come true.
I patiently wait for. Wait, I forgot
Hopefully
what I
we
was
get
gonna
news.
say.
Hmm.
Wait for what?
For closed beta. Closed beta news.
Oh yeah. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying.
More
I'm
dreams.
patiently waiting for the global closed beta.
Hmm.
Mhm.
More dreams.
Yeah.
What about you, Cor? You got any fashion that you're working on right now?
I'm not working on any fashion at the moment. I'm most of my mesetas going towards the end game, and then after that's gonna be all fashion.
Fashion is the end game.
It is.
I used to do some fashion shows on Chip too,
Yep.
but
Really?
oh my god, that takes the doing the prize pool for that takes a lot of meseta.
I remember like one of the first things I did with Anamana was it was me, you, and Ore,
Yep.
and we did the fashion show in the battle. Was it the battle block? It was one of the
Yeah.
arena block, and it was just like a whole lot of people that just pulled up and we just rating their fashion.
Yep.
And there were a couple of people. One guy dressed up as a naked Luther.
Luther. Yeah. I was actually about to do like a collab with Core on that, but then like we ended up getting like a bit of drama off of it because it wasn't the way the fashion, like some people in the fashion community wanted, and I like got really down on it, so I was like, I'm just gonna sit this one out basically.
What?
Mm.
What was the if you don't mind me asking, what was the discrepancies in what you guys ran it?
I think because there wasn't prizes, it wasn't worth being there. That was the gist of it. And because like I had said like there was one that was just like a troll thing that was I just said like nah. I think it was like underage related, and I was like nah, this is whack. And then like that got some backlash as well.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but that's water on the bridge, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, it happens. Things happen.
Mm.
Or I will say personally, I think like bragging rights is enough. I want to talk that shit. I won the fashion show.
And the other
then
thing
they
is
get
like
the-
cross ship, it's very hard to distribute prizes as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially now, the only prizes worth giving are the ones that you can't really trade or sell.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of just redundant at this point.
Yeah.
Please let
Definitely.
us trade Guardian Soul units. I'm just gonna buy them also one. Speaking of
Oh
Guardian
my
Soul,
goodness.
will any of you be using Guardian Soul towards in game? I know Anamana, you said you're building a couple.
Yeah.
Lavren and Core, I know you said you're grinding. How far are you guys coming along in your Guardian Soul builds?
Not far enough.
I am a caveman with a fixing. I don't really affix, honestly. I
Yeah.
actually don't. I I have dabbled in it. Like I've tried to, like it's tough for me to get used to that to anything really. Like I have to do this thing and get experience with doing this thing instead of just reading up on it. And with something like a fixing, uh, I have to keep reading and I have to practice. But that also, in some cases, like if I want to do something that's expensive or whatever, especially if I'm timed, like a fixed week, I stress out. I'm like, oh god, I have to do this quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do this, and then I end up just kind of making a mistake or something, which
Okay.
I can turn around into something good at least, but yeah, I was at the point where once I had gotten the final boss stuff, I was like, yeah, this is cool. I do want to get around and doing this at some point. Like I want to, because it's much easier for at least the weapon, and I wanted to have something that's kind of neat with a bunch of S slots. I was like, yeah, I'll mess with it at some point.
Yeah.
But right now, no. Guardian Soul is what was that? That's basically what's going on in my brain. I was like, no, sir.
Well, one thing you should know, I don't know if this is something you're aware of, but you can get insurance for augmenting, which will basically prevent you from failing. You'll still fail, but you just won't lose all the fodder and stuff. So that's something to consider, especially if you hear people doing the crag units or the crack Absolute Glare, Guardian Soul, and Veterans Resolve. They're only doing it on 4-slot units, and then the rest of it after you've made that is literally just doing transfer passes to add a capsule and go back and forth until you reach your final one, which is 0 failure. The only thing that's a failure is if you just don't have the capsules at the time, you have to wait, right? So I would absolutely recommend White Glint's video on the just look up Guardian God Units, I think is what he titled it. But that's a very good video for explaining the process.
Oh, that's cool.
Remind me and I'll link you afterwards.
Okay, sure.
This stuff is so
You
very
guys,
confusing.
You go,
Sorry,
Cor.
go ahead.
Actually, I'll preface as well is that Cor does also update the affixing assistant, so Cor could also probably even help you out with it, right?
Yeah, I can certainly help you if you need any help with fixing like the process and stuff.
Okay. Cool, thank you.
But what were you going to say about the stuff, Cor, as well with Guardian Soul and stuff?
Shoot. Oh, do you guys like the new affixing system in NGS?
Yes. It's like, okay, so I got to say that with the affixing system, yes, it's easier, and it's a system where you take your weapon, you get 1 to 10 capsules. The more you've got, the more of a chance you've got. And at the moment, I think we had some which did have a 90% chance at 10 caps. And I can assume that when we get to endgame, there's going to be some that are going to have a 20% chance. So the RNG is still going to be there.
Really?
But the problem is I mean, the benefit is that you don't have to stockpile all this
It's not
fodder.
as complex, right?
Yeah. And if you fail, it just empties the slot. You've still got the slot. You can just put something else on in the meantime while you have to go out and grind that stuff again. So it's very much, I think it's
Streamlined.
It's streamlined, and I think it's a happy medium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What did you say,
That
King?
sounds great for me.
I honestly, I fell in love with it, and also because you get more power from one unit. Like, granted, if we were like mid to end game, you would get more power off of one unit in New Genesis or one affix than you would putting on like 3 or 4 affixes in PSO2. So it's a lot better because everything that we're getting is a percentage multiplier, not necessarily just upping it by like or 2% or up by 30 points plus 40 plus 50. You know, it's like plus 1.5% plus 2%. And next thing you know, we'll get something that's plus 4 plus 5.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier. You can just add one thing there, boom, plus 4. Another one, boom, plus 4 plus 5. You know, and we have that now, but those are really S grade augments. You know, we don't really have that luxury where it's regular augments. Now, as far as not losing your slots, that is a blessing in disguise. Although I don't know if that'll change depending on how high you get. Like if they were to say at about 7 slots, you'll start losing down to about maybe 5 or something, which would then be fair, but it's not as much as a hassle as losing all 8 of your slots or having the possibility to do so.
Yeah.
And then from there, you know, because the reason why I don't like Guardian Souls, because that's a lot. Like even for me, and I love planning stuff like this. I'm looking. I was actually talking with Imakuni the other day, and she gave me her Guardian Soul build. And the first thing I'm just looking at, I got lost. There was so many units that I had to build beforehand, and I stayed there and I looked at it for a good 30 minutes and gave up.
Yeah.
It was just no. I'm just gonna go with the 4-slot build, and I'm just gonna keep transferring, you know, more stuff. Is it gonna take longer? Yes, but it is a lot easier than having to start from scratch and build all these up.
Yeah. You know what actually I've been planning over the last few days outside of that stuff is weapons I'm going to take across to New Genesis. So with Cradle dropping so many, I would say, requirements for Aphistia weapons, I've just gone through and I've made one Aphistia weapon for each of the classes. And then I've also, with the amount of like Trailblazer and Riverlate and Atlas EX giveaways we've had, I started converting those across to like the other weapons. So like I'd have for Hunter an Ephistia sword, then like an Atlas EX wired lance, and then a partisan that's a Trailblazer. Like I've done that across all my characters now, so I'm ready to go for like filler weapons in New Genesis now.
Oh, I see what you did. Okay, so you're trying to make sure. Yeah.
So I've got one in every
Smart.
slot. Yeah, it's good. Except for like the classes we haven't had confirmed yet. I'll get to those later.
Please do us more classes.
Bouncer.
Yep.
I'm just hoping to see how good Katana's gonna be, so I can weave out. I wasn't a big fan of Braver in PSO2. Too counter heavy, and then the actual Katana skills just weren't there for me. They didn't really feel like Katana skills. They felt more like sword skills designed as Katana. Except for Sakura Endo. That's straight sword and sheath. Just
Yeah.
But everything else just wasn't there for me. It wasn't quick enough. I'm a guy that loves like quick, swift moves, so yeah.
That's fair.
I'm hoping that they add those back. But dang, I'm actually kind of jealous of you guys because y'all got this whole Guardian Soul thing down. I'm over here just like dying inside.
You want to know my secret? My alliance
that?
made my Crag units and I just upgraded them. I'm just paying them a setter. Like that's the way I'm going about it.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah, that's actually a plan right there. Just
Just get a
Wow,
sugar
no
daddy or a sugar mummy.
I thought that was doo-doo.
No. Because like I understand how to do it, and I could easily farm. Like I've been helping them farm all this stuff, but it's just I don't have the patience for all the failures myself. Right?
That's fair. So how much do you pay someone? Like 100K Meseta or 1 mil?
No.
Not 100K, sorry, 1 mil, 100 mil.
So I'm paying one of my alliance members 300 million for the total.
Ooh.
And that's in comparison when like one unit on the market's going on ship one for like 400 to 500 mil. So yeah.
Oof.
And because I think because I'm
go ahead.
helping them, it's taking a bit of the pressure off as well.
I was going to
Dang,
just
if you pay
buy.
me, I can make them.
I only have I would definitely pay you 300 mil, but is that 300 per unit or?
So that was total for me, like all three.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So what had happened was I gave my ship. I had 300 mil, and then I gave my ship one character 1.5 mil. Yeah. So I don't have that money anymore. Or
150.
Sorry, not 150. Yeah.
That's why you're going to
So-
debt. That's why you're going to debt, because I'm like in debt at the moment. You just got to find someone that's a billionaire.
That's what I wish they did. I can't remember what game was it, but you would buy things on the market and you would actually go in debt. So you can only go in debt once.
Yeah.
So say if I was already in the negatives, I couldn't buy anything else. But if I had like $1 in positives and I bought something on the market, it would put me in debt for however much I had to pay back.
What?
And then all the
That
money
sounds
that
wild.
I earned in game would go straight to that.
That's
It
smart,
wasn't bad.
I guess. Yeah.
You were
Is
just
there
able
like
to earn
you
it
have to
back
pay
up.
like interest back to the market?
Mm-mm. It's just whatever you earn, it just disappeared. It went into whatever you
You
owed.
just can't buy anything for a while.
That would be cool. Like
Yeah.
if they had a separate, if you had like your on-hand meseta and then you had like your debt, and you could, when you say you sold something on the market and the game would go, do you want to keep this or do you want to pay it towards like your debt? That'd be a cool system.
Yeah,
You're
like
saying
that.
give us the Animal Crossing experience.
Yes, pretty much.
That way, the person who sells the items can just get the money over time. Yeah, either they'll get the money up front, which most of the times they'll get the money up front. But in the odd chance that they don't get the money up front, they just get it back over time. Every
Yeah.
time you earn money, it goes right to that person. It's
Definitely.
a great market if you ask me. The only thing is, I would be collecting because if a whole bunch of people took money and just decided I'm just going to stop playing, but then you got to play the game because what's the point of taking the item if you're not going to play the game? So that kind of, it's kind of reductive to take the item from the person and then just not play.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good idea. I'm going to pitch that. Because Zoo Genesis did prove very hard to make Meseta.
Yeah.
Oh really?
It was tough. 20K was took about a good 30 minutes to an hour to farm up 20k.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Okay.
tough. Yeah. And that's just because we didn't really have a lot of the quests. Like, we didn't get to do weeklies. I think weeklies and dailies were like 100 mil, right?
What would you spend it on?
Upgrades.
Weapons.
Yeah. What I will say is I put out a few videos saying like, yeah, you can take across some gear, and a lot of people have been saying I want a fresh experience, which is cool. But I don't think, like, I feel like there's some people out there that are kind of on the fence. And what I'll say is that the mistake that myself and my friends who were playing with me made was that we spent like our Meseta in the item lab on like 1-star or 2-star weapons, and then we get a 3-star and we'd have no Meseta left. So that's why I think it's a good idea to take it. If you get the experience in the closed beta, cool. And then once you've had that experience in the open, like the open beta or in the full version, I would say get that first experience and realize how much of a mess it is. And then what I'm going to be doing is taking across weapons, so that way I can start generating Meseta and generating like materials, so that when we do get to 3-star and 4-star, I'm at least set and ready to go.
So you highly recommend?
I do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Definitely save that money, because if you think about it, right, it was hard. As you saw the time that it took for us to make like 20 mil or 20k, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then to even upgrade 3-star weapons, the higher the rarity, the more it takes to upgrade them.
Yeah.
Not to mention affixing the weapons. Not to mention, if you want to make a multi-weapon, that's 100k off rip just for 3-star weapons.
Yep.
So if there's a lot that goes into that, and you don't really notice how much you're spending until you really hit like that stopping point, and you're really just trying to see, okay, what's the best way I can max out for what I have now?
Yeah.
And you realize you just use all your money.
Absolutely.
So you have no way.
And the other thing as well is that you can't actually use PSO2 base weapons on the item labs. So you're going to get to 4-star, and there's most likely going to be a chance that the weapons that are dropping at 4-star, which will be the equivalent to 15-star weapons, are actually probably going to be better than the 15-star PSO2 weapons. So you're not ruining progression, I don't think. And then in terms of units, the highest we got for units is 13-star, and that's only going to be a 3-star. So when New Genesis comes out, you will be actually getting 4-star units, which are going to be a lot better.
Do we not have 4-star units in the beta?
We only had maybe dropping from Gigantics, but I didn't see any.
I never actually got. No, we did beat one of those things. It took a very long time, but we
Yeah.
did.
Oh, the big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those things are kind of aggressive
Yeah,
and
they are.
big. Very big. So
I'll have to
moving
join.
forward,
I'll have to join you guys on the ship one for the beta.
Definitely.
I mean, I think we should all like come together, like especially everybody on Oracle Fleet. I think we should all come together on an idea for which ship we're all going to join when the game finally releases,
Yeah.
just to make it easier, at least for like 1 or 2 characters, just like 1 or 2 ships that we know we're all going to join,
Mm-hmm.
and it just make it a lot easier. But the area is big enough, whatever. You know, if we need to make more characters, we'll make more.
Did you get to like transfer characters over?
No, it was fresh. Yeah.
Okay. I'm wondering how that works.
We may get a transferal process. JP Closed Beta 1 did allow characters to come across, but the second one was just like a complete fresh experience.
Okay.
Now they do ask you to download base PSO2 when we downloaded the new Genesis, which was kind of weird. I figured they would use the PSO2 that was already there, even though it was JP. But hopefully they don't try to make us re-download base PSO2 again, because that'd be like another 100 gigs on top of your new Genesis with the PSO that's already there.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully we get to just like transfer that data from like our Steam, Epic, and Microsoft pages, and even from your Xbox, because taking 200 gigs off of an Xbox, even like a Series S, which I think you got like Series S and Series X only get 600 gigs out of the 1 terabyte. So taking 200 out of that, that's a lot. Plus, if you already got Call of Duty on there too, that's an easy 500 gigs gone immediately
Yeah.
without even thinking about it.
And
So that'll be a problem if they have us double download. But the good thing is, if you delete your PSO2, you'll be able to swap back and forth. So it's almost seamless.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I think I liked about the game a lot, was a lot of the stuff there seemed very seamless.
Yeah.
Like you barely notice the transition between instances, between different areas and whatnot. You just kind of went.
Mm.
He's just like, oh, I'm here now. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
almost like it's not 8 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Oh my god, yes. Load screens did not exist aside from loading up the game and maybe if you died. Load screens just were not a thing. But moving forward with PSO2, there's only about so many crossovers we can get left now. What was the recent one we did? The most recent crossover was the PSO2 ES, right?
Yeah, that was the recent. But before that, I think it was the Yamato stuff.
I believe
Yes,
so.
Battleship
Mm.
Yamato, yeah.
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 So what kind of
what is PSO2 EOS?
it's a mobile game. So it's another gacha game that's on the phone. But with this one, it kind of plays similar to PSO2, aside from the fact that you're actually using cards. So you have to make a team, get the equipment together, your weapons, same as PSO2. So they carry the same weapons, but they actually use characters from the PSO2 series as well. It does link with PSO2. So your character that you create in PSO2 will come up in exact imagery with like mobile phone graphics, same outfits, same weapons,
Oh,
everything.
really?
Or mobile phone graphics, yeah. But you just equip that character with the stuff that's in the game, and it's kind of like what's the best way? If you ever play Fate Go, you know, you hit the card, it doesn't attack, and then you have to go through each wave of characters, and it just moves on and on. Definitely a little bit better than because it's in 3D too, so it's kind of like playing PSO2 just on your phone, and it's more of a turn-based RPG setting than it is an action RPG setting. It's honestly a lot better than Idola in my opinion, but that's just me. Idola was really cool, though. Don't get me wrong. It just didn't link with PSO2, so a lot of the primary usage of Idola was just kind of thrown in the trash. Honestly,
No.
'Cause I think JP PSO2 had the Idola points, which they were
Yeah.
able to use to transfer for special items and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get ES points as well?
You had Rappy coins, right?
I think so.
The other benefit of being a Westerner playing JP, because it was a mobile game, it was tied to like the Google Play Store, and that was an easy means of buying premium in Japan. You just change your currency on Google Play and then just top it up, and yeah, you're good to go.
Oh, you don't have to deal with any of the.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yep.
You want to know the best part too? It was cheaper. It was like $5 cheaper. I think I only paid $10 for premium, where I have to pay 15 on Steam.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Really good. But what crossovers do you guys see coming for the future of PSO2? Any old ones? Any new ones? Exclusives?
Just base
Anybody?
PSO2? Or,
Yeah,
or like,
basically.
mm,
Like
I mean,
as
I
we end
in
up with
general,
this
right?
PSO2.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, whatever we get may just cross over.
Yep.
that's true. I mean, I don't know for base PSO2. I feel like just from what I've seen, what I've been just kind of spectating, watching, looking online, I just see a lot of focus being brought to NGS, of course, for what it's worth. But like, if I want any sort of crossovers, man, please bring back or give us a new Final Fantasy 14 crossover
Yep.
Oh, yes.
and Monster Hunter. We never got we couldn't get Monster Hunter Frontier crossover for global because well, licensing stuff I'd assume, but also because Frontier's gone. It shut down, so there's no way that they would be like, oh yeah, but it's still going. Why not bring out? You know, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. I think they could
But
do that if there was a Monster Hunter Rise one, they could always just attach it on the side of that, right?
that'd be cool.
Yeah. Mm.
Now we'll say, I think right now for Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy is like a perfect time. So I do agree with you on that one. Man, if they do the Monster Hunter, you're just kind of doing like a legacy patch, really. But then for Final Fantasy, aren't they getting that new patch soon? Like that would be a really good way to promote both games.
Definitely.
They are new patch and soon to be a new expansion pack. So there is that.
Yep.
Whole
Oh,
new
God.
expansion.
I need this in
In
life.
14?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We'll get the we'll be able to data center transfer,
Mm-hmm.
so we can
Can
play with
actually
people
visit.
in other data centers.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Oh
gonna be so great!
yeah.
I won't be alone anymore in Aether. What about you, Cor? You have any crossovers you hope may come to PSO2 soon?
I have no clue. I don't really think about crossovers.
It's only
Where's
fair if
my
we were to get
7-Eleven?
one. Oh my god, the 7-Eleven.
Yes, I would
Bring
love
it
that.
back.
Yes.
Genshin Impact.
Oh my god, yes.
That could
That can
work.
be a
I'd be
thing
okay with
too.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would really be okay with that as being like a PSO2 and a New Genesis sort of deal, like a half and half. But
Mhm.
definitely the what was the 7-Eleven one? Oh man, I would
What?
spend so much money on that. So if you didn't know, so the thing about Japan is the reason why we don't get it in America is because, as the director said in the Q&A, we actually don't do a lot of video game sponsorships, or a lot of the sponsorships via like pop culture things don't really go with convenience stores like McDonald's and 7-Eleven and Burger King and whatnot. You don't see that very often. You're starting to see it more now with like the fast food restaurant chains doing more gaming portions of themselves, but that just wasn't the case back then. Japan, that is lit. There's a convenience store on every other block, so it's something that they can definitely make a profit of, especially with how small the company, or how small the country is and whatnot. So they did a 7-Eleven crossover where in the shop area there was a whole KFC Fiesta. There was a whole like a concession stand where you were able to go and buy like chili dogs and Slurpees, and they gave you essential boosts in the game. And you got to buy actual 7-Eleven outfit, the green shirt with the 7-Eleven shirt and the khakis with
Yeah.
the
Oh
New
my
Balance,
god.
everything. It was just so great.
They
Um,
had so much. It was great, dude.
One of the costumes was a whole Niao wearing a
Yeah.
7-Eleven
Yeah.
outfit. It was great.
Love decorating your room with 7-Eleven kiosks, little stands or whatever.
Mhm.
You had all that too. It was great.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
I think what I would like to see is Street Fighter. I think that'd be good.
Mhm.
In the
Yes.
future, Blue Protocol, when that comes out, because I don't think I'll play it, but the aesthetic looks cool.
That would be interesting.
And then, I mean, even Tekken would be pretty cool as well, right?
Yeah.
Like,
We had what did we get? We had Blaze Blue, didn't we?
Yeah, with
We
King
have
of
Blaze
Fighters,
Blue.
we haven't had yet as well.
We did Blaze Blue and oh no, we didn't get King of Fighters, but JP got King of
Yeah,
Fighters.
they did get, absolutely, because there's like Eerie Yagami costumes and everything across there.
I remember when JP had a My outfit too.
Yep.
That was very revealing. I didn't think they would do that.
I mean, it's PSO2. Come on.
Bro,
Yeah.
it is very revealing.
Mm.
Did they do a Terry outfit?
I can't remember, but maybe.
That'd be super cool if they did that. I hope so. I'm gonna go back and check soon.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm hoping that they do I'm hoping that they do either Final Fantasy Dissidia. I'd rather Dissidia because that opens up a bigger variety of outfits for us to have throughout the main series of Final Fantasy, whether it be like Terra, Lightning, Fang for the females, and then we can have like Cloud, Leon, and Titus, or even because they always have 15 somewhere, Noctis, something where we can get a little piece of everything there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus, that would be more of a profitable way to expose people to Final Fantasy versus 14. Although I do love 14, I loved the Odin fight. I think this would be better.
Yeah.
Just have us go up against Bahamut.
Yep.
Yes, please. Please stomp on me, Bahamut Dragon Daddy. But either that or Fairy Tales, what I'm hoping for before we end. Yeah.
Is that one that
Eh.
that JP has?
Fairy Tale?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so actually on my JP account I have a Happy Mag, and then you can get
Oh.
Urza's Fairy Queen outfit, like the wings, the swords, the tiara, and everything, even the hair. You can get Lucy's outfit, Natsu's outfit with the Iron Dragon or Fire Dragon Iron Fist, and you can get Gray's outfit. I think Gazio too. I can't remember. I think
Interesting.
Yeah. It looks really good. Plus the Fire Fist from Natsu are way better than the Fire Fist we got with like the blue and red Fire Fist. The Natsu ones are a lot more. They look a lot cooler and bigger.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is so cool. There's a lot of crossovers, like Attack on Titan. Oh, actually, I don't know. Anamana, have you seen the Attack on Titan one that they did?
No, sorry, I keep yawning. I overslept today. But nah, I think I might have, but yeah.
So you know how we had Buster Quest?
Yep.
So when the Attack on Titan crossover came out, they actually turned the giant Castle Demonica in the back. It was a Titan instead.
Oh wow. That's cool.
And then we all
Oh.
like wore Scouts outfits and we just kind of ran. They had the Scouts outfits with the omnidirectional gear and without it.
Yep. That's cool.
Super
Wow.
cool.
That sounds
And
cool.
I don't know. They are kind of really honing in on the crossover market, I
Yep.
will say. But last question of the day is, what do you all expect from the next update coming to PSO2 next week? Lavren, what's up with you?
Well, what exactly are we currently missing? Are we missing? Are we missing any solos? The final floors of Divide, anything like that? I actually don't know.
As far as I know, the only thing we're missing is Sodan, but I might be wrong.
Hmm.
There may be a lot more. Ooh, excuse me, there may be a lot more.
Yeah, we've also got Challenge Mode 3 and Fluxio weapons.
Oh.
And also, yeah, Central, not Central Dome. Also, Arc Ship Fire Swell, which is coming in a few days.
What's that?
City with everything on fire, and you can get some
Yeah.
weapons that have water in them.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
That was going to be super cool.
Mhm.
I don't know.
So
I really don't know what I'd be. What I would be. I mean, maybe some holiday specific stuff. Maybe some VR.
Solo?
Yeah. So yeah, we can get that. There's probably a couple more things. I would like to see more, just a little bit more VR / some extra holiday stuff. But I mean, we're getting close to summer. We're almost there. We might get something sooner rather than later.
Graphical update, Screenshot Studio.
That yeah.
The screenshot studio.
Man.
Yep,
Oh man. Yep. that's gonna be good.
definitely.
all right. Well, Corey, you brought up more VR stuff. What VR stuff did you have in mind?
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't say VR?
No.
I think
Oh.
maybe that was Lavren.
I did because I was thinking of the old VR missions from like the JP version or whatever
Yeah.
when they were
We had
getting VR things. Yeah, there was like for example like VR Mata and things like that.
We had
There's-
Vegas
I
as well, yeah.
Yeah, they're like
Oh.
there's I would like to see possibly something like that.
Ultra
Definitely.
hard Ridroids.
No,
Yeah, I would be down for that.
Oh god.
Honestly, Ridroids is like super slept on. I would say as long as you've got like a good team, it is a lot of fun. But if you're doing it solo, it's terrible.
Yeah, I'm part of I'm of the party that does like that a little bit. Like I don't think it's like insanely fun, but I was like, this is pretty cool, and the music was cool as hell too. I actually love the music in there.
Yeah, definitely. It's a bop.
Yeah.
What about you, Core? Any expectations?
Well, I would. The screenshot studio. I forgot about that. That'd be really great to have. So many, so many spots. There's so many spots that like the rare locations that
Yep.
you can't really. That's hard to get to.
Mhm.
I think
Oh
it'd be
God,
good
yeah.
just to idle in, just to hang out in with your mates. It'd be really cool.
Yeah.
You know, that's actually not a bad idea. Just start like a whole PSO party.
Yeah,
Just invite people in. How many people can join a studio?
just same as an MPA 12.
Oh, that sucks.
Mhm.
Like 32, maybe. That'd be great.
And also, the way it works as well is just like PSO2. So if you go onto the same block and you join a specific area and someone else does, you are in the same MPA. So if you want to take screenshots, make sure you use passwords.
Oh wow.
All right. And what about you, Anamana? Any expected or wanted updates to come soon?
Just as long as they keep rotating in limited quests and I guess seasonal events, I think PSO2 is good.
Yeah, limited. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. But outside of that,
Space.
I just want the graphical update, and the new NGS scratches will be good. Yeah.
Yeah, and that didn't they also with that NGS scratch let you also like mess around with the new character, like in the salon. They gave you
Yeah.
a little bit of a preview, yeah, to change your character a little bit.
That comes with the
that was
graphical
cool.
update. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting too. I would like that.
Like as soon as we get the graphical update, we get NGS models.
Oh, God, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I want to make an NGS Matoi.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
I just want to play NGS. I can't wait for NGS, man.
When do we think it's gonna come out?
Well, the full game, or like closed beta?
The full game.
Oh, God, I don't. Please, no later than September, please.
Yeah, I think August
Yeah, I'm
is a sweet
thinking
spot.
This year?
Yeah.
This year?
Yes,
Absolutely
yes,
this year. Yep.
No, August is not allowed. There's a game that comes out near my birthday again.
What game?
I can't remember. I'll find out. I think it was Kenna. I'm pretty sure it was Kenna. I just know there was a game that was coming out on the 31st, and I really wanted to play it. Oh no, you know what? It was Ratchet and Clank, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you can finish that
Yeah.
in an hour. It's all good, man.
No, like not the movie adaptation, the new game.
The new game
The
with the furry artist bait.
What?
What did you say?
Rift Apart, right? Or
Yeah.
Is it Rift Apart?
Rift Apart. We get to play
Comes out.
relationship manager with two
That
furries.
comes out in June.
It comes out in June. What comes out on the 31st? I want to figure this out.
Yeah.
So
Either way,
something comes out that week.
It's gonna like impact some other game. It'll happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
If
you know
it-
they're
if
releasing
it
something every
can,
month.
it will.
Yeah.
I think these guys are smart. They're just like we're definitely going to release something you guys want every month.
Mhm.
No, you're
They-
not.
That's
Releases
how it is.
Outriders. Oh.
Yeah, that's how it is with so many games. if all these games nowadays, it's just, oh, I can't wait to play this. All of a sudden, this other game or this update for a game you play so much comes out like within the same week or even the same day. And it's like, all right, man, cool. All right,
Yep.
thanks.
It's becoming too crazy.
Anamana, are you planning on getting back to Destiny?
Maybe when the next expansion comes out. I don't know. I just I like Destiny. I like the theme of it, but I feel like it's just been too much the same for the last like 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are they actually planning another expansion?
They're planning another 3 expansions. Yeah.
Gee,
Yeah.
We
I mean,
already have the
every-
names.
Every quarter we get a new like content drop.
Yeah.
But then every year we get a new like expansion.
Yeah. I like played Beyond Light, and then after that I was like, all right, cool. And then I moved back to
I mean, I
PSO2.
would recommend going in at like near the end of the year to go through each of the DLC.
Yeah, that could be a thing, for sure.
That sounds like a mood. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we're getting to the end of our podcast for the day. I will say that it was actually really great having you guys here today. Really good conversations, really good talks, especially about just kind of moving on with the end of PSO2 as we slowly reach the last day. You know, I'm gonna cry when this thing goes out of service. I'm really glad.
I
that
don't
they're letting
know.
us
I
pass
don't
it
think
over.
they would ever do that.
That's why I'm really glad they're like having them go side and side. You know,
Yeah.
because just to have like a last day server thing like they did with what was it, Blueburst?
And
Or
PSU
PSU?
as well, yeah.
Just be so sad, man. All those memories.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyway, you can find this podcast on all major podcasting platforms, and the live streams do archive on YouTube as well. So thank you again for making time to chat with us, guys. And this is King and Anamana, and we'll catch you next week. But before we leave, though, guys, we do this little thing every time we stream, right before we leave.
Before we get into that, where can we find our
what's
guests as well?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry. Boom. So yeah, would you guys want to go ahead and plug yourselves in? Where can we find you all for some juicy content?
Lavren, you go.
well, I pretty much primarily just stream more than anything else. Twitch.tv/Lavren. That's just where I'm always at. And I got a YouTube too, but like it's more like my channel just to archive silly things or just memories that I love kind of thing. I have a Twitter. It's at Lavren2009, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I retweet memes, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Memes of the world. And what about you, Cor? Where can we find you for juicy content?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Cor Vous. That's COR_VOUS. I stream a lot of Pso2 and Destiny, and then whatever random game suits my fancy at the time.
Cool.
Awesome. So before we sign out, guys, we normally do this thing. We all chant it together. It's a little outro. So you just say on 3. We just say until next time, and may your guiding light shine.
All right.
Yo, I think we got that.
Okay.
Until next time, and may your guiding light shine.
Yip yip. All right, on 3, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Until next time, and may your guiding
May
light
your guiding
shine.
light shine.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.